In this video, I wanted to discuss two very important topics, and I think they're easier illustrated in the textbook. Anyway, one is that if A and B represent whole numbers and B does not equal 0, then A divided by B is equal to A over B. These are just two different ways of saying the same thing. In other words, 2 divided by 3 is equal to 2 over 3. It's the same thing. 2 divided by 3 and 2 over 3 is the exact same thing. It's just two different ways of saying the same thing. The other extremely important concept I want to get to is equivalent fractions. And equivalent fractions represent the same number. And I think you really see it great from this illustration right here. Here we see how 1/3 and 2/6 really are the same thing. Just compare the two pictures, you see that they represent the same area, the same amount. Here you have it looking at a set. 1/3 is this set of two dots, and 2/6 is those two individual dots. Why individual? Because here I have 6 dots. 2 of the individual dots is 2/6. Here I have sort of 3 columns. Each column has 2 dots in it, but it's 3 columns. One column, that's 1/3 of this whole set here. But the 1/3, meaning the 1 out of 3 columns, and the 2 out of 6 dots, winds up being, as you can see very easily, it's the exact same thing. And you can also see it from the number line. That's 1/3, that's 2/6. It's just a question of how you break up the number line, but it's the same amount. So this is a way that we see very clearly how equivalent fractions represent the same amount. Now, a fancy way of saying this, or official way of saying this, is that if m over n is a rational number and p is any non-zero integer, then m over n and mp over np are equivalent fractions. So in our example, we had 1 over 3, and we had 1 times 2 over 3 times 2. In our example, we had 1 over 3 is equal to 1 times 2 over 3 times 2, which is 2 over 6. And here's the examples we showed before of why 1/3 and 2/6 are the same thing.